This is Robert Vandall's piece called That's Cool. It's based off of chords. So in the beginning, it starts with a C chord and then a D chord. And then eventually it walks up to an E flat major chord and then back to down to D minor and C. It's basically using those chords. And then when you get to the third line of music, you also get a B flat chord and a low G chord. And then back to the B flat, down to F, and up to G. That's the basic outline of the chords. The left hand is playing a low C with its thumb, and then a G and a C. A G and a C. And feel free to write in your music that you're going to use finger 4 for the G, because it's 4 notes away, so finger 4 fits very well. When you get to measure 9, you get a series of notes going from C to B flat to G. So you're going C, 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 B flat, G. And then in the next part, you're going from B flat to F to G, which sounds like this. Two measures of the first page of music, which are measures 15 and 16. Please be careful that this measure is different than all of the other times you do it in the piece. The left hand has to go C, F, G, C. C, F, G, C. So it's different than before. So listen to the first page. Section A. Section A is going to come back later exactly the same way, even with the same dynamics. And then at the very end of the piece, we have a coda that's based off of what we're going to get in Section B. So let's learn Section B first. Section B, the right hand just has repeated chords. It's playing C minor chords at first, and then C major chords. Then it even does this chord, which is called a C sus2. A suspended chord is used a lot in pop music, and it takes the third of the chord away and puts in either the 2 or the 4 of the scale. So this is a sus4, this is a sus2. So this piece happens to use the C sus2, and then by measure 32, your thumb just sneaks over one note, and you get a G chord upside down, inverted G chord. So you go from C sus2, you move your thumb over one half step, and you have a totally different chord. So right hand is doing this. Okay, so you get the idea. Just repeated chords all the way through. Left hand has a long, sort of lugubrious kind of melody that sounds a little bit like a cello. It starts up here on B flat next to middle C. And it just moves around, mostly in half notes. And then it goes to G and does the same thing, starting with your thumb. 1, 2. Then it goes to the lower B flat, a full octave below middle C. Just below that, this is the second D on your piano if you have a full 88 key piano. And you're just marching up the scale. D, up, up, D, up, G. Okay, so putting that together, we get this in Section B. we're back at section A. That sounds just like the beginning. Now, remember before I mentioned we have a coda. Coda is just a special ending on a piece. Sometimes you have to jump to it from another section. Sometimes it's just tacked onto the tail end of a piece. This one's having to be just tacked onto the tail end of the piece. You don't have to jump anywhere. You finish your last A section and you go straight to the coda, which is measure 49. It sounds a lot like section B. Left hand's on B flat. And then it goes down here and does the same thing. And then it stays there. And in the meantime, right hand's playing repeated C minor chords. Then it moves up to an F sus2, which resolves at the end to an upside down C major chord by just moving your thumb over 1/2 step to the next white key. So the entire coda from measure 49 sounds like this.